Hello beautiful soul, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa Peters, for those of you that are new here. Today we have a really fun topic. We're talking about the rise of divine feminine. Feminine energy, how to activate this goddess essence within you. If you're here, you've probably heard that the rise of divine feminine has been happening. It is here, and we are a part of that movement. Nature has been craving this balance between the masculine and the feminine energies, and we are nature. Therefore, we are also craving balance. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us. We each crave different amounts of these different energies. Some of us really love being in our feminine most of the time, and some of us love being in our masculine. And if you're here, you're probably wanting to activate the divine feminine essence within you. These energies go beyond form, beyond gender. And these are really fun energies to tap into and play with polarity, depending on what you're attracted to and what you're currently residing in. As you can see, these polarities are really fun to play with, and they can raise sexual tension as well as attraction. If you're in the dating world, this will really help you. If you're in a relationship already, this information will help you, or just wanting to be on your own right now, this will still serve you as we're all healing and activating the feminine essence within ourselves. And like I said, we both carry these energies within us. Think of your brain. The theory is the right side of the brain is considered feminine and the left side is considered masculine. The right hemisphere being imagination, creativity, emotional intelligence, and artsy, whereas the left side is more logical, analytical, and methodical. As we heal and activate the divine feminine energy within us, we become more attractive to the beings of the opposite polarity of energy. Chances are, since you're here, you're craving more of the feminine, the divine feminine activation within your life. I don't blame you. We live in a patriarchal world where masculine energy has dominated, which has caused an imbalance in the natural world. You can look back at the witch trials, which simply means wise woman, a woman who is in touch with the holistic realms of healing and very much connected with the earth. That word witch has been given a negative attachment to it. When women are in their medicine, in their magic, they are powerful. And if you look back at the witch trials, witches were wiped out. Women were cast against each other. Their lives would be threatened if they didn't tell on another sister. No wonder we have a collective wounding around sisterhood. We have this collective sister wound that all plays into the rise of divine feminine. We are healing that. We are here to heal that and rewrite, redefine what sisterhood, sistership is to us all. Some symptoms that you might be feeling if you've been neglecting your feminine energy is stress, anxiety, depression, resentment, jealousy, being in comparison, on Instagram, comparing yourself to other women instead of celebrating them, celebrating the successes. You'll feel depleted, you'll feel tense, burnt out, tired, feeling like you're stuck in the matrix, like you're on a hamster wheel that just never ends. And when you're being really hard on yourself, all of these things can change. All of these things can be worked on through healing your relationship to your feminine energy. You might be wondering, what is this feminine energy we keep talking about, and wanting to know more clarity on that. The divine feminine energy is Shakti, and the sacred masculine energy is Shiva. If you look into Tantra, if you look into these different deities, you can really see how both of these really show the essence of each of these energies. Shakti is the primordial cosmic energy that represents the active forces that move through the entire universe. She is revered as the mother, an omnipresent source of energy, power, and creativity. The mother of all mothers, so nurturing, warm, and loving, with a strong desire to be loved and to love others. The feminine energy is the being, is soft yet sovereign. And even when you think of anatomy and sexuality, and you look at a woman's genitals and a man's genitals, you can see how a woman is designed to receive, to be a magnet, to attract all that she needs to thrive. Whereas the masculine is more penetrative, goes and gets what he wants, is driven and takes action to get there. Ask yourself, what is my current relationship to receiving? So often women give, are so outward with their energy. What is so important is that we rewrite this and we start inward and start filling our own cups first, so that way we can give from a full cup. So how can you receive more and really bask in that juiciness of being the feminine woman that you are. The feminine is magnetic. She does not need to put in strenuous effort to attract what she wants. The feminine is intuitive and listens to those inner feelings because it's all connected. Staying really connected to your emotions and your feelings and those gut or womb instincts. The feminine is an inspirational, radiant energy. We have the capacity to create life. With the same energy, we have the ability to birth new projects. Use this energy to express yourself, pure self-expression, really anchor into what makes you different and really lean into that and show that to the world. The feminine energy is inspiring, warm, nurturing, craves intimacy and connection, and uses the power of love, compassion, empathy, and is one with the oneness consciousness. The feminine is flowy and playful, abstract, free-spirited, mystical, connected with spirit and source. She is divine. She's ruled by the moon, gets to know the cycles. She is majestic. She dreams within and is very imaginative. She is in touch with Mother Earth, her emotions, her inner child, and what she needs. And she is her own source to fulfill her needs. You can find feminine energy in nature. She creates. She takes care of her earth children. She provides everything that we need. That's very nurturing and very loving. And you can see that flowiness at the ocean when the wind hits the grass or the flowers. You can see that in a waterfall. There's so many ways you can find feminine energy in nature because nature has the essence of the feminine energy. The sacred masculine energy is more so in the doing, has a strong desire to achieve and succeed, is dominating and competitive. When you think of sexuality, it's very penetrative. The masculine creates structure, he provides, protects, and drives forward with action and is very much into problem solving. That's just a little bit on the masculine energy. If you're curious to know more about that, please leave me a comment below and I'm happy to create a video all about the sacred masculine energy. All of you who are in your sacred masculine, we love you and we need you. How to tap into this feminine goddess energy. Number 1, create some time and space to simply be. To be in your own energy, to be in your own essence, and be in stillness. Don't have anything to do. We are in the feminine and just be. Just breathe, slowing your system down, pulling out of the matrix, observing your body, your mind, your emotions, all of it. And really tapping into your body. What does your body need? What does your mind need? What does your spirit need? And just sitting in silence and observing. You can do this while spending time in nature, or you can do this on your bed or your couch, wherever feels most comfortable for you. Number 2, connect with your highest goddess self. We have this vision of what a goddess is to us. There's so many different goddesses, but you are your own unique version of a goddess. A goddess is simply a form of consciousness that wants to be expressed through us. What does your highest self, the true essence within you, look like? So just take some time, close your eyes, drop in, visualize what this goddess feminine energy looks like in front of you and what that energy will look like within your being. If you are fully activated within your feminine energy, how would you show up? What energy would you be walking into a room with? How would you be speaking? How would you dress? What would you be saying? And really connecting with all of these different elements of how that would manifest within your life and start showing up as this version of you. Focus on what you're creating in your life, not what everyone else is creating in their life, but what you're creating. Pulling it back in, waking up in the morning and adorning your body. How do you want to express yourself with this vessel today? How does your version of the goddess want to be expressed? And this looks different for each of us. Play with it, have fun with it, treat yourself. Find those beautiful pieces that make you feel embodied like a goddess. Because you are a goddess. 3, feel your feelings. When we connect with our feelings, this helps us to connect with our intuition. It's all connected. Connect with your heart and lead from your heart, because that is the feminine energy, leading with love. When you feel emotions arise, identify them. Give yourself time to process these emotions within a safe and sacred container. We don't want to show up emotional with everyone in our lives at every single moment. So being really selective and sacred with who and where you share these emotions. We don't want to suppress, we don't want to hold back. At the same time, we want to be emotionally intelligent beings. If you have a loved one or a partner that you trust and you can have these open conversations with after you've done some processing, go into some dialogue around how you feel. It's really healing to be witnessed and seen in your healing process. And when emotions arise, remember that they are energy and motion. Don't attach yourself to the emotions. You are not your emotions. They simply want to come in and be felt through you. You can also journal on this with a header saying, I feel ... and just allow yourself to tap into how you're really feeling to identify what's going on. Number 4, live a life of devotion to spirit. And this looks different person to person. If this doesn't serve you, that's okay. Just ignore this part. A woman that is in her divine feminine essence is that she is a channel of spirit. She is connected to the spirit world, creating her life as one big ceremony. Every moment is sacred. Every moment is valid. So to start incorporating this daily devotional practice, you can create a morning ritual, and I have a video all about my grand rising ritual. I'll link that below so you can check that out next. Creating some kind of daily devotional practice that would serve you to connect with your version of source, creator, God, goddess, whatever that looks like for you. 5, set aside some time to create for the sake of creating without having an end goal in mind. That can look like bringing out all of your paint supplies and going at it for an hour or so. And just allow yourself to play and tap into that inner child who wants to create. Tap into that inner feminine essence within you that innately wants to create. Your life is an unfolding art piece, and you get to have fun with this. You are your own masterpiece. 6, understand your inner rhythms, cycles, and the moon phases. Connect with your womb. Place your hands over her and feel the magnitude of this beautiful living thing within you that regulates your cycle, that can create life and helps you bring forth this creative energy within your life. You can begin by tracking your cycle, and this will help you to honor your cyclical nature. Chances are you may have already synced up with either the full moon or new moon. It's amazing what our bodies do naturally when we start giving our cycle more attention and acknowledge where you are in your cycle and the energy flows that come and go. You can start to schedule your life around these ebbs and flows. For me, when I start bleeding, I take those first 3 days off completely. I have nothing on my calendar, and sometimes I'll extend that to the 4th day if I need that energetically. On the other end, as soon as I'm done bleeding, I go into a feeling of spring, a feeling of renewal, and then I go into summer and then back into autumn, where it's like this ebb and flows like the seasons. And I have more information all about the inner seasons, inner rhythms, and menstrual cycle. And if you're interested in more information on that, I can create a video for you guys. So just leave that in the comments below to let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. By scheduling your life around your energy levels, you will change your life. You can maximize when you feel most radiant and high energy, and then allow yourself to go into a cocoon and rest. Honor your body as you're releasing this old consciousness from your womb space. You had the capacity to create life, and you're now releasing this. So it's almost like a metaphorical death for you to release this old version of you and create some sort of ritual around it. Number 7, self-care and exploring your body. Self-care is listening to your body, giving your body what she needs. This can look like creating healthy boundaries for yourself, and this can also look like lighting a candle and having a goddess bubble bath. You can add rose petals or dried herbs. Make it a beautiful ceremony for you to just slow down and tune into this feminine energy. Another way that helps to connect to the feminine energy is journaling, to really reflect on what's alive and present within you, and meditation, being in the stillness, being in the silence, and allowing spirit, source, the downloads to come through. And as far as exploring your body goes, this can look like solo self-touch, and this can be a pleasure practice that is slowed down and with no end goal. This can be just laying down and touching everywhere but your yoni, and just getting really into your body and giving yourself the leles as if you were giving them to a lover, but giving them to yourself. And this can also mean self-pleasure, so you can touch yourself, get to know what parts of you feel a certain way, how you like the strokes, the pressures, and really playing around around here and getting to know your body. This is really important as a feminine being to get to know your body so that way you can receive pleasure that much more. You can't just expect your partner to know what to do with your body. We get to teach our partner what we like and what we don't like. Start with yourself. You can do these practices with a partner, but I highly recommend you begin with yourself. Another thing that is really beautiful for connecting with the feminine energy is to yoni gaze. And yoni is the sacred word for the women's genitals. Not really sure how much I can say on YouTube yet. Busting out a mirror and looking at her beauty and giving her compliments and telling her how lovely and beautiful, all the things that you want to hear about your beautiful yoni. Tell them to yourself. Another way to explore your body is through movement, and one of my favorite ways to do this is through dance. Putting on a really high vibe song and just letting the music move my body. And that taps into the intuition, that taps into how your body wants to be moved by the music rather than taking control and wanting it to look a certain way. Allow the music to move your body. Number 8, sisterhood. Oh, sisterhood is such a beautiful way to activate the feminine energy within you. And by being in sisterhood, you're activating each other as well and creating a really sacred container with your sisters, saying this is a sacred place to be seen, witnessed, heard in our healing process. And same for you, to receive people that are active listening without being interrupted, that are fully present with you on a soul level, and those who really see you and your potential and what you're stepping into, and that can hold that vision for you. It's such a game changer to have a like-minded community that can hold you accountable, see the vision for you, project it out with you. There's nothing like getting a group of women together to have a cacao ceremony, which is just heart blasting, open, and just dancing and being in deep soul conversation. There's nothing like it. And as I mentioned earlier, as a collective, we are healing the sister wound. We are moving from competition, comparison, gossiping, and leaving that behind because society has told us that that's what's normal. It's not ours, and we can release that. And now we get to rewrite it. What does your ideal version of sisterhood look like? And to me, that's being in ceremonies together. That's creating that sacred space to show up and be seen and speak my truth, and vice versa. If you don't have a community of sisterhood yet, I host virtual full moon ceremonies. Get connected with me there, and we're also hosting a sisterhood retreat this year. Stay connected through Savannah Retreats. I'll put all that information below, and we're so excited to create a sacred retreat environment so we can all play, dance, heal, be in ceremony together, and just have a really fun time. And a big part about that too is celebrate your sisters. Celebrate them. If your sister is going out and doing something, but internally you feel that like, oh, I want that. Oh, she's doing everything that I want. And how can you switch that around and be like, amazing, you're doing it. Celebrating your sisters and getting really excited for them in a genuine space. When you are excited for someone, when you celebrate other people's successes, the universe takes a note, sees that that's something that you want too. By celebrating that person, you're going to receive that which you celebrate that much quicker. So change that paradigm and don't do it from a place of, oh, I'm doing this because I want that too. Do it from a genuine place. Some other fun ways to start healing and activating and channeling this goddess essence is by connecting with the different goddesses. There are so many cultures, and it's so beautiful to connect with these different cultures because each of the different goddesses from each of the cultures have such a different vibe. Which culture is really calling to you? Some of the cultures are Celtic, Greek, African, Japanese, Chinese, and Egyptian. Which ones are really calling to you? Which ones are really exciting to you? Naturally pulling at your heartstrings, and start researching those. Some of my favorite goddesses that I work with and call upon are Saraswati, Isis, Mary Magdalene, Lakshmi, Kali, and Lalita. You can have so much fun with this. Each of those are from different cultures, and as you get to know the different cultures and the different vibes of the different goddesses, the goddesses will call to you. If you're doing some research, you'll see which one or two are really standing out to you, and you can start calling upon the energy of them and going into ceremony, gathering flowers, plants, crystals, candles, and invoking the goddess within and calling upon her. It's such a beautiful process. If you're wanting more information on that, just leave me a comment below and I'm happy to make a video all about that. So more on worshiping the goddesses. You don't have to worship them to work with them. And remember, what you worship, you become. If you're wanting to become more like a goddess or more like God, then you worship what you want to become more alike. This is such a individual decision of what you choose to worship. Now I'm saying you don't have to worship the goddesses to work with them, but they will serve you in your life. Another way to help heal the feminine within you is getting to know the different feminine archetypes. And I work with the feminine archetypes regularly with my clients because this has been such a profound way for people to identify the way that they're showing up in their life without being like, oh, they're talking about me. It's more so, let's look at these archetypes and see where you can find yourself in each of them. So getting to learn the feminine archetypes. And if you're interested in a video on the feminine archetypes, I would be so happy to do so. So please leave a comment below to let me know if that's something you'd want to watch. Also, I have a course called Awaken the Goddess Within that goes into everything that we've already talked about in so much more detail, with different ceremonies of how to awaken the sensual goddess within you by activating your senses through a ceremonial, yummy, delicious way, working with the different moon phases, with your cycle, the different inner rhythms and seasons, all of this and so much more. And there's more information on the goddesses so you can start seeing who is called to you. So if you're interested in my course, go ahead and email me below and we'll start getting connected on that. As you can see, the feminine energy is such a juicy, beautiful, it's very warm, it's very motherly, it's very fun. It's such a beautiful polarity to the masculine. They complement each other so beautifully. I hope that this video has helped you feel activated and connected to the inner divine feminine goddess that you are. Know that it's already within you. What you focus on expands. So as you focus more on becoming this goddess, the world will start to reflect that back to you. Wishing you a beautiful day of creation, of being, to dive into your own pleasure, to dive into loving yourself. I hope this video has helped you on your path to awakening the goddess within and activating that beautiful feminine essence within you. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as that really helps me to grow this channel. And please subscribe for more videos just like this. Sending you so much love and many blessings.